Welcome back to Mac Talks. Football and international break is over, and we are in the final stretch of this season, and we are here to make our predictions for match day 28 in a Liga. The title is race is still going on, and it is for the first time in the 2-3 season there is a really close title race between PSG and Lens. You have about 6 teams fighting for those European places, and the bottom 5 are still in that relegation battle. So the last stretch of the season is going to be quite interesting. So let's go ahead and make our prediction for the first match. It's PSG versus Toulouse at Stade de Paris. I think it is a big game for PSG. They have a game in hand against Lens, and this is the game that after that they are not going to play in the league for about 2 weeks. So it's a massive game for them. They need to win this game, in my opinion, to have that some sort of a lead against Lens. If I'm being very honest with you, they are a point ahead. They have a game in hand, so everything is favoring PSG at the moment, but their form is not that good. 2 defeats in their last 3 games. This isn't like the PSG that we all are accustomed to. They are playing against a Toulouse side who themselves are not in a really good form, but their last 2 games have been 2 consecutive wins. They were winless in the last 4 games prior to that, but the last 2 games have been really good. So in terms of Toulouse, if I'm being very honest with you, the international break came at the wrong time, and now coming back after the international break, going away to Paris, I think it's going to be a very tough game for Toulouse. I think PSG know how important this game is, because as I said, after this they are not going to play for about at least 2 weeks in the league, so they need to make sure that they win this game, and I think they are going to win it. Toulouse are going to make it a bit difficult for them, but I think PSG are going to win it in the end quite comfortably. I'm going for a very convincing 2-0 win for PSG. Up next, we move on to the Saturday games. The first one is Strasbourg versus Nice. It's 8th versus 15th. Now, Strasbourg are still, hoping to get into those European places. Their last 5 games, they are undefeated, but there have been 3 draws in those last 5 games. So they would want to, kickstart the last stretch of the season with a win. They are playing against a Nice side who are really struggling. They are 15th in the table. Nobody expected them to have such a bad season. They are still in that relegation battle. They might be like 5 points ahead of Auger, but things can go bad quite quickly, and I think it's a big game for them. But I personally think they are going to struggle. Just win in their last 5 games, and going away to Strasbourg. And Strasbourg, as I say, they know there's a big chance that they can still qualify for Europe. And I think it's going to be a very tight game, but I think Strasbourg are going to nick it in the end. I'm going for a 1-0 win for Strasbourg. Moving on, it's Brest versus Rennes. It is 11th versus 7th. Now, both these teams had a sort of a bad patch just before going to the international break. Both of them have not won their last 2 games. Rennes lost both of them. Brest, they drew 1 and lost 1. But prior to that, both of them were on a hot winning streak of 4 games in a row. So both of them have lost the momentum just before the international break. So for them, the international break came at the right time. So now they could, they can sort of reset and have a go yet again. Brest, basically, they are going to finish mid-table. They are not in a fear of relegation. I don't think they are going to qualify for Europe. So for them, it is going to be mid-table. But for Rennes, it's a big game. They're just 2 points away from those European places. So they need to win, almost every game to make sure that they end up in that European places. I think it's going to be a tough game for Rennes, and unfortunately I think they are not going to be able to win this game. In my opinion, I don't think they are going to lose. I think it's going to be a stalemate. I'm going for a 0-0 draw between Brest and Rennes. Then it's a massive game. It's Lille versus Lens. It's 5th versus 2nd. Lille are currently in the best team in form in Liga. They are undefeated in their last 6 games, 5 wins and a draw for Lille. They are playing against a Lens side who are 2nd in the league, and their form has not been that good. Just 2 wins in their last 5 games. That is the reason why they have, they've slipped up the top position, and they've given it away to PSG, because their last 5 games have not been really that good. So it's an important game for them. Lille themselves, they are fighting for those European places. They are currently 5th in the table, just outside of those Champions League places based on the goal difference. So it's a big game for them. They are at home. I think if PSG win their game against Toulouse, then there is going to be an extra pressure on Lens as well for this game. I think it will be a very tight game. I think you can expect goals in this game, but I don't think you are gonna get a winner out of it. I personally think both teams are gonna be really frustrated by the end of this game. So that is why I'm going for a very entertaining 2-2 draw between Lille and Lens. Then you have Angers versus Lyon. It is 12th versus 4th, and both of these teams are in a horrendous run of form, unwinless in their last 5 games. Sorry, Lyon are winless in their last 5 games. Angers have won just one in their last 5 games. 4 defeats. For Angers, 1 draw and 4 defeats for Lyon in their last 5 games. So both of these teams are not in a really good form. They're coming back after the international break. Again, Angers are one of those teams. For me, I don't think they can get relegated. I think they are safe enough in my opinion. But but still, with 7 games to go, you cannot really say so. I personally think they are going to be safe. For Lyon, it's a massive game. They are fighting for those Champions League places, and as I say, they are in those Champions League places just based on goal difference. They are at the same position, same number of points as Lille. So if Lille win their game against Lens, this becomes a big game for Lyon. They are going to away to Angers. I think it's going to be a tough game for Lyon. It's an early game as well. But that is why I don't think it is going to turn out to be a good day for Lyon. I think they are going to suffer another defeat here. I think Angers are going to surprise them, and they are going to get that win here. Being the home side, I think they are going to surprise Lyon here. I'm going for a very shocking 1-0 win for Angers. Then you have a bottom of the table clash between Metz and Nantes is 18th versus 17th. Metz on 14 points, Nantes on 17 points. Both of them in a horrendous run of forms. The Metz are unwinless in their last 5 games. Nantes just 1 win in their last 5 games. I think this could it's a massive, especially for Metz, if they really want to stay in the league, if they really want to somehow cause a miracle and get out of that relegation places. They need to win this game, because if they lose this game, they are 3 points behind Nantes, and if they lose this game, they go 6 points behind Nantes, and that basically that they are their closest rivals at the moment. So it's a big game for Metz, and at the same time a massive game for Nantes as well. As I say, just 3 points above Metz, and they're 5 points behind Angers for that 16th position. So they need to somehow get out of the bottom to give them a chance, even if it means to play that relegation promotion playoff game. I think it's going to be a very tight game. Both teams are going to be a bit scared. And the fact that this game is happening just after the international break, I think it's an interesting time. I think this could help Metz, if I'm being very honest. And I think they might surprise Nantes here. I'm going for a very hard, for very entertaining 2-1 win for Metz. Up next, it's Lorient versus Paris FC. It's 10th versus 13th. Two teams who came up from a Ligue 2 last year, and now it feels like both of them are going to stay up. I think it's, in my opinion, it's sort of a dead rubber, especially for Lorient. I think they are going to finish comfortably in mid-table, but they would like to finish in the top 10. Paris FC, I still think, there might be an outside chance that they might get, sucked into that relegation battle, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I think they are safe as well. So I personally think both these teams are just playing for the sake of it, if I'm being very honest with you. And I think it's not going to be that much of an entertaining game. I'm going for a very boring 1-1 draw between Lorient and Paris FC. Then it's a massive game in my opinion. It's Ligue versus Angers. It's 14th versus 16th. 5 points separate these two teams. Currently, Angers in that 16th position, in that relegation promotion playoff position, and that's a very tough position, place to be in, if I'm being very honest with you. But Ligue, I mean, they have brought this upon themselves. They were looking really good, but the last 5-6 games have not been good. Winless in their last 5 games. Ligue just 1 draw. Angers, on the other hand, they are showing a bit of a fight. 2 defeats, 2 draws, and I mean, they are trying to get points to get out of this tough position. I think it is going to be a very tough game for both of this side. If the game was at Angers home, I would have given them the win, because they are going away to Ligue. I think it's going to be a tricky game, but I still think some way somehow Angers are going to surprise Ligue, and I think they are going to shock them, and they are going to get a surprise win, and that is going to suck Ligue deeper into that relegation battle, and that is why I'm going for a very shocking 1-0 win for Angers. And we finish match day 28 with a blockbuster. Monaco versus Marseille. It's 6th versus 3rd. Just 3 points separate these two teams. Monaco looked down and out, about a month and a half ago. But the way that they have come back, they are, undefeated in their last 5 games. 5 straight wins. They are playing amazing football. And they would want to get back into those Champions League places. 3 points behind Marseille as well. 1 point behind Lyon and Lille as well. So it's a big game for them. Marseille, on the other hand, they know they cannot go ahead and challenge for the title. I think it's out of their grasp at the moment, but they would want to finish in those in the Champions League places, and this is a big game for them as well. I think we can expect goals here, and I think it's going to be an entertaining game. But the way that Monaco are playing, and because they are at home as well, I think they are going to win this game in the end. I'm going for a 3-1 win for Monaco. And that is it. These are my predictions for match day 28 in Liga. Let me know what you guys think of my predictions in the comment section below. Do you agree with it? Disagree with it? Make your predictions in the comments as well. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 600 subscribers before the end of the season, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.